Hi, Click Millionaires. It's Scott Fox back with another ClickMillionaires.com member update. Today I've got somewhat of a shocking discussion for you. This might even offend you a little bit, but I think we need to get to the bottom of this. I've got a question today from ClickMillionaires.com Coaching Club member Dr. Jackie. Jackie sent me an email, and she asked this question that I think is critical to the success of anyone who's a Click Millionaire or would like to become one. Here it is. She titled it, "Must We All Behave and Write Like Used Car Salesmen?" I've been doing a lot of reading and researching online to help my business, she writes. My question, do I really have to be so abrasive in my marketing methods to make an income online for my projects? The email marketing approach of, well, I'll leave this guru's name out. She said, "He's downright crass. I'm not a snob, but I value civility. Are there other equally effective approaches that are less in your face?" What's your opinion, Scott? Dr. Jackie. Well, Dr. Jackie, you've stumbled on a critical issue here in online marketing, and I've got an answer that I'm not sure you're going to like, actually. So here it is. Nobody cares. You're operating your business, and people do this all the time. You're presuming that people care about the cause that you're marketing. Now, Jackie is running a nonprofit. It's a wonderful charity around encouraging literacy in rural Mexican kids. How could you not want to support that? But the fact is, Jackie, nobody cares. They're busy. It's not because they're bad people. It's because they're busy and they have other lives. And this is true for everybody that's listening, whether you're operating a charity or a for-profit business or anything else. The fact is that you have to do some marketing to get people's attention. Now, does that mean you have to be crass and in your face to the specifics of your question? No, it doesn't. But it probably means you need to take your approach up a couple notches because you haven't really put yourself in the shoes of your audience. People aren't bad, at least I don't think so. They are interested if they have time and if you're really serving their needs. But are you really? Or are you really trying to promote something that you're assuming already they're interested in? It's a critical difference, that perception of what you see as valuable and what the audience perceives you as offering them. Are they seeing the value that you're offering? Are you clearly presenting a value proposition that will be worth them investing their valuable time? So you don't have to be in your face, but let's talk about a couple factors that I think are important. Build it and they will come doesn't work anymore. The internet is crowded, and the only people that will show up if you do that, it might be search engine spiders and maybe your mother. So you've got to think smarter and put a plan in place that will demonstrate the value proposition that you have for people. So here's a couple factors I want you to consider. First of all, people are busy. They're really busy. Everybody's trying to cram more into every day than ever before, and they're easily distracted. Media follows us around now. You used to be able to get away from it, but there's almost always somebody attacking your attention in every medium all the time these days. So you'll have better luck if you're offering aspirin, not vitamins. And by that I mean you're actually offering to solve a real problem. Is your product, your service, your company, your charity offering a solution to something that is actually a problem, like aspirin? Or is it more of a vitamin? Take a few of these and maybe you'll live longer 20, 30, 50 years from now. You can see which one sells more. Now, both are good businesses, and if you invest appropriately, market appropriately, etc., you can make a lot of money either way. But aspirin is an easier sell. Second, people take their cues from you. They're busy. Your friends and family will give you the time of day the first few times because you're their friends and family. But people that don't know you, all they have to go on is the cues that you give them. So are you truly excited and communicating that and convinced and convincing about your product or service and getting that word out there and being effective with the passion that you have? That's a lot about copywriting and about visuals and graphics. And that's one of the reasons that these marketers strike you as crass. But they're getting your attention, aren't they? Those big, bold headlines, those promises of riches, all those pictures of checks that they've cashed from their affiliate programs in Google and so forth. They're getting your attention, and they're demonstrating to you what they think is important. Are your marketing messages conveying that? The people, all they have to go on is what you're offering them. So you have to be specific and connect the dots. If you do this, and listen to me like this and buy my product like this, you will get this. People are, back to point one, people are busy and easily distracted. If you don't lay it out for them, they're not going to do the research. No matter how good your product is or how generous and appropriate your charity is, merit alone is not enough anymore. Merit alone is not enough anymore. 3, there's lots of competition, even if you have a great product and you're communicating it really well, convincingly, consistently, and with lots of energy and passion, sending off the right signals. Well, a lot of other people are too. And they may be louder and cleverer and with bigger graphics and bolder promises and a bigger marketing budget than you have. Now, I'm not trying to scare you, but even in the smallest niche today, there is an increasing amount of competition. So if you can find a niche where you're the only one, well, you're still competing with real life. People have got TV shows to watch and kids to take care of and a job to do and maybe some movies to go see and some sports to watch. And, you know, just because you're the only website in your niche doesn't mean that people don't have 900 other pieces of competition for their attention. No one is judging your website or your blog in a vacuum. And it's easy when you're wrapped up in your own project to get excited about your project, and it may be the best one in the universe in that niche. The problem is, real life is 99% of the rest of that pie chart. So what are you doing to compete with real life? Again, that's why these guys seem crass sometimes, because they grab you by the collar and insist that you pay attention and believe them and buy something. And it turns out the reason they do that, because it actually works. Now, that doesn't mean I'm recommending it. I think that there's an in-between, and that's what I'd like to help you work on, Jackie. As you know, at clickmillionaires.com, we talk about this all the time, but I wanted to address this head on. Let me give you a couple more factors that I think are important, and you'll see these in these really long sales letters that you're objecting to. Social proof. Social proof is the buzzword that means testimonials. People want to know that other people think that your product or service or charity is great. How much social proof do you have? You should be putting up testimonials from folks who said, I bought this and it cured my headache. Or I gave money to this charity and now this kid can read. Connect the dots, but not just in your own words. Get some third parties, and the more famous those third parties are, the better, of course. But testimonials and social proof are critical. And one more, what they're calling the superstar effect. Are you the best in that niche? Are you the best? Because there's lots of people competing for my time, attention, and money. If I'm going to invest in what you say is important, okay, I'll buy that it's important. But if I'm going to invest in it, are you the one I want to invest with? Why is yours the best one of its type? You need to make those connections as well, connecting the dots. What I think this all boils down to is you don't have to be crass, and you don't have to be as in your face. You don't have to be a used car salesman, to use your term, but you have to demonstrate that you are worthy of the time and attention of your audience. The time and attention. People worry all the time about pricing and being cost effective, but they don't worry so much about being what I guess you'd call time effective. If I spend time reading all your stuff, what am I going to get out of it? How am I going to help myself or help someone else? Connect the dots for me. Is this time effective? Is this a good use of my time? And most of all, you need to be remarkable, in the literal sense of the word. Is this worth me telling my friends about? Okay, I'll buy that you're enthusiastic about it. I'll buy that you're the best in your niche. I might even invest my time. But what you really need is for people to get excited enough to tell their friends. And that's really easy to do online, but again, they'll take their cues from you. What is it that's special about you? Connect the dots. How can you and your products and your services help them today, tomorrow, enough to want them to tell their friends? That's the goal here. I know it's a high mountain to climb. I'm not trying to scare you, but that's the honest answer. That's why people are crass like used car salesmen. Because it's easier to shout. It's easier to shout and put up really big headlines and big pictures than it is to demonstrate value that's enough to be truly remarkable and help people connect the dots and add value enough that they want to tell their friends. But that's how you do it the right way. And that's what we're working on at clickmillionaires.com in the forum. So I'll see you real soon, Jackie. Dr. Jackie in the forum. We'll talk some more about that. Before I go, I wanted to thank all our new members this week, and come on by in the forum and say hello. We've got some new winners for you, including this week's winner, Connie from Houston. And we'd be happy to give you a free report from the ScottFoxShop.com, and I'll see you real soon in the forum at clickmillionaires.com. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you think. See you soon.